Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Camray, and you're watching Camray Music TV, and I'm back with your Greenleaf review for the week. And so this video is a little different because my camera, I bought an extra battery, thought I was doing something, y'all, had my notes together, sat down ready to do this review, and neither battery was charged. So we are on my phone today, and hopefully we are... Yeah, we in there. Okay. Hopefully we doing it right. We got it together. Okay. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe down below to my channel, like this video, share this video with all your friends, and comment down below what you thought about this week's episode. Now, the only thing I'm nervous about is if this is gonna stop recording. I turned it the opposite way because I wanted y'all to see my shirt. It says Love Wins. I'll let you guys know where I got it in the description box. Anyway, let's get to this video. I can't see, I can't tell. We just gonna work with it. All right, so Grace is talking to the doctor, and the doctor got a little snotty, snobby little attitude. Okay, she is saying that she's like, look, I'm not trying to argue, but basically it's not gonna be good for AJ to go home with y'all. I understand that's what you want, but you are the estranged mother, and he don't need to go home with y'all. So we have this center, and she has this pamphlet that he can go to. And, you know, Grace and Noah are trying to figure out what to do as parents, not realizing AJ is grown, and AJ calls the shots, okay? AJ ultimately says that he wants to go home with Noah, and I'm like, I'm confused why Grace would think anything else. Like, her family has so much drama, and they were so judgmental. On one hand, like, they welcomed him, but then on the other hand, they was judgmental, and it's like, he don't need the stress of them finding out his secret, finding out more, you know. So it's just like, let me just go with this man that I barely know, that don't have all these green leaves over there, right? Every time I say green leaves, I want to say green leaves. Anyway, so Jacob has finally told, he's sitting down and talking to Lady Mae and Bishop about Carissa and the Wills, like telling them the entire thing, how he went to go see, you know, Rochelle's sister Tara. And Lady Mae is over it. Okay, she is ready to come for Carissa. She is out for blood. And I was like, this is the altercation I need to see. I also want to give a special shout out to whoever is writing Lady Mae's lines, because she is reading for filth. Okay, she reads down. I mean, my jaw be dropped when she gets done talking. I live for a Lady Mae read every single time, right? So Lady Mae, you know, she's over Jacob. She's like, y'all need to get Aaron down to the house. Jacob, I don't trust you to handle this just because of how you've done thus far. Okay, so Bishop, I need you to talk to Aaron. Jacob, don't do nothing else, and I'm about to go find Carissa. And I was like, you know, getting my popcorn, getting ready, because I needed her to go in on old girl. I needed her to go in. But before that, she asked Bishop if they're going to go to Calvary for like the last Sunday before they demolish it, right? Because it has all this sentimental value. And Bishop, like, he don't want to step no foots or nothing back into that church. I keep looking at my, what's the thing you put on the back of your phone that you put in between? I keep looking at that and not at y'all. But anyway, so I'm like, y'all gonna have to go to the church. Like, you gotta go. I obviously have sentimental ties, but you got to go, Bishop. So okay, so Judy with 2 E's, they just convened or ended a meeting. Judy, Phil, you know, the deacons and all of them. And they're basically talking about this last Sunday, right before they demolish. And Charity has this idea, from what I could gather, I think she wants to have like a, you know, kind of like where they reflect on like the past of Calvary, you know, just for them to really like be able to have closure before they demolish the place, right? Because remember, they still have all these old members there because Charity is still a Greenleaf and she's still there. Well, Judy has a problem with it, and she probably only has a problem because it's Charity suggesting it, and she not with it, so much to the point that she demeaning this girl, saying, what do you want them to reflect on? The time your daddy shot a man in this church, the time your uncle was filling on children. I'm just like, somebody needs to get Judy. Can we get Judy? I just need a moment with her out in the parking lot. Just a moment. Just a moment. Because, Phil don't say nothing to her. Charity not gonna, scrap with her in the church. So I'm just like, who gonna put her in her place, Lord? When she said that there was nobody more powerful than her, than God, I said, Lord? The lines are so like, I'm just like, who is writing this stuff, girl? Because Judy would have had to get them hands. She would have had to get them hands. So Grace sees all this, right? She's realized that she's got an end because Charity, you shook hands with the devil. Charity shook hands with the devil, and she's realizing it's not so green on the other side, right? And so Grace is like, let me give you an out, little sis. We trying to get this dirt on Phil, and we can get Judy up out of here. I know you in love with him. You can have him back, all of that. So while she's telling her that, I'm like, Charity, I do not trust Charity. She is loose at the lips. She's still in love with Phil, so whatever it takes to save him, right? If he comes back, she probably would take him back. So, when Grace is telling her the whole plan, I'm just like, Grace, why are you doing that? Anyway, of course, she tells Charity. Charity gets her some information. She basically tells her about the plan that her and Darius have, but they need some intel because they find out about his mom. His mom is passed. Who's his dad, right? Because Charity is in love with Phil, she got the intel. She knows stuff about his past. And so she's like, yeah, you're not going to find his dad because he changed his name to Yusef Shabazz, right? And he's down in New Orleans. And so even when Grace tries to call him later on, he's very he's very stubborn, hard-headed, no nonsense. Like, listen, lady, you got 3 strikes. Okay, you a pastor, strike 1. You asked about my late wife who I divorced, and it's been 20 years, strike 2. And you asked about my son that I don't claim, strike 3. And so he got on up off that phone. So I'm like, are you at a dead end? But not before. Charity has put a bug in Phil's ear, and now he kind of knows something going down. And when he brings it up to Judy, she's like, don't be stressing about that. Don't be worrying about all that. Let me try to relax you. Now, this is all after Judy has fired Charity. Yes, remember that I said fired Charity. And I'm just like, Judy, girl, your divorce ain't even final. You in there talking about the only person more powerful than you is God. Okay? All this vindictive stuff. God needs to get with her. God needs to deal with her on a personal level. Okay? So, I'm hoping and praying that Phil don't find out about what's going down and try to block it and try to get involved. But I'm feeling like he's going to, because Charity ran her mouth. Y'all know I can't stand Charity. Okay, so I pretty much wrapped up Charity, Judy, and Phil. So we gonna move on. So Lady Mae goes in there to speak with Carissa, and I was like, I'm telling y'all, I wanted it to go down in a major way. It just didn't go down the way I needed it to go down. Okay, she goes in there full speed ahead, ready to chop into Carissa. And then Carissa feels like, I'm going to be honest with you and let you know that I had an affair. Now, she didn't explain to her the results of that affair, right? Because I feel like that might have changed something for that good Christian household. But she did tell her, I had an affair and Jacob couldn't forgive me for it, even though he cheated on me with this one, that one, and yes, Lavita from Steve Harvey's show as well. And so Lady Mae has a change of heart, and she's like, she knows because she's cheated, right? And, her husband was getting down with her sister. So, Lady Mae is this veteran in a marriage, and she understands that there are valleys and mountains, right? And so she's like, I'm going to talk to Jacob because he needs to forgive. Y'all just need to have a conversation. And I'm like, you know what? This is definitely a generational thing, because if your son just don't like her, Don't be encouraging them to stay together. One of their kids is grown, and she had made some comment about his son not calling nobody else dad later on, and it just like kind of let me know that antiquated way of thinking, because I mean, is Carissa just not supposed to get with anybody else? Like, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of toxicity in that. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that. If y'all think that's fine, that way of thinking is fine. Anyway, she goes in there to talk to her son, and she's like, you can't forgive Carissa for one mistake after you slept with all them women. And they basically playing Bible trivia, and he can't guess the last scripture. And she's just like, you know what? Like, you have some nerve. Like, you need to just go apologize to this woman and let that be that. So I'm like, he not gonna do it. I knew he wasn't gonna do it. He couldn't do it later on. Even Carissa tried to feed him the lines like, Jacob, all you need to say is, okay, I'm sorry that, the way I treated you made you feel like you had to go defile our marriage and your body because you weren't feeling wanted. And I'm like, Carissa, like, when you with somebody and they continuously cheat, like, yeah, the person is cheating, but then there's also the person that continuously allows it. The person that just lays there and is just like, yeah, I'll go meet with this couple and swing with them if that's going to advance you. That'll ultimately advance me. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll demean you. I'll do all these things. However it'll help me. I'll complain about this house we're in. I'll complain about that, complain about it. I mean, Carissa been rotten from the very beginning, okay? She has played that character well. I almost believe she's actually like that in real life. I pray to God she's not, okay? So Jacob can't do it. And Carissa agrees that she gonna stop with the will, but it's a little too late now. It's too late because Tara already knows, because Bishop has gone down there and he thought like he could just put the charm on her and just tell her the whole truth, and they crying and praying together. And sure enough, later on in the episode, when they sit down at the dining room table, somebody said on Twitter, whenever they sit at that dining room table, something bad happens, and I tend to agree. But later on, he gets a call from Tara, and she want to talk again because she got some more questions. She got some more things to say. And I'm telling you, she going to try to get that house, or she going to try to get some money. And or y'all going to have to sow into this ministry, or y'all going to have to do something, because I'm not really feeling the sincerity in y'all apology or in your explanation. And I don't know why Bishop was so naive to think that she was just going to flow with that. I don't know what that was about. I'm all over the place, but it's connecting. It's going together. Did I mention that Judy fires Charity because she went and asked Connie her opinion about, doing this reflection type thing for service? So really, Judy was just waiting for a reason to fire her. But the fact that Phil just, goes with her and lays down for whatever Judy wants to do, Charity is so shocked. And I'm just like, girl, they used you, girl. He used you. He used you up like an old paper towel. Just used you up. Just run you out, scrub it. Just use you up. This is a Clorox wipe, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. Just use you up. Okay. Let's see. So AJ, the cousins, or his cousin and his sister Zora and Sophia, they're playing with him, trying to get him to stay. But he's like, no, I got to go. I can't be at this house because Mama Grace, I done already told you I don't want you fixing this. And you are still trying to fix it. And I told you I don't want you to do that. That's why I have to go. And to let us know that AJ is not like Eeyore and just extremely sad and mopey all the time. He kisses Grace in her hair and kind of gives her a nudge, and that makes her cry. It lets us know that he's not all bad and all sad all the time. All right. I think the only other thing that I wanted to mention is that Charity thought she was just so big and bad walking in this house when they was about to have this dinner, talking about she quit. No, ma'am, you did not quit. You were fired. I just had to make that clear because, Charity be feeling herself. She is my least. I'll take Carissa over Charity. She just navigates in such a just dense way. Is it dense? Light, airy, ditzy way, and I cannot take it. I really cannot take it. Yeah, so the show is heating up, y'all. This I'm kind of sad because I know like the season's gonna come to an end. This is the last season. Those reads, we're not gonna get them. The writing is so good. I'm just like, bro, please don't end the show. Don't end the show. It's good. But everything has to come to an end. Y'all let me know down in the comments what you thought about this week's episode. What do you think about Jacob and Carissa? Zora looked like she gonna cut the fool when she find out they getting a divorce, but you been knew your parents was doing whatever they was doing. And then that brings into another question, like, are the kids really owed an in-depth explanation for what the parents did? Because the parents is really functioning as people, period. And they don't really be privy to all the information of insecurities and infidelities and, you know, understanding, you know, how Carissa just started functioning as almost like a partner, like they were in a life partnership, and she was agreeing to other outside entanglements to better the marriage. So it's like, do you let kids in on all that? You know, like, I mean, Zora's not a child, but y'all know what I'm saying. I don't know. Lady Mae and Bishop, I'm kind of wondering if, you know, they still have not gotten married and Bishop's health is declining. So is something going to happen and then Lady Mae won't have a say because they're not married? You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as the health and all that, like, she won't have a say? I don't know. We'll see about that. We have not seen at all this season Kevin. Is that his name, Kevin? We haven't seen him at all. Is he still with Aaron? We haven't seen this baby. What's Charity doing with her child? Darius is still in Vegas. Yeah. And I just was like, Grace, you know, stop hovering over AJ and go figure out why Sophia got nudes on the doggone internet. Anyway, I'm Camray. This is Camray Music TV. I want to thank y'all for tuning in this week. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.